I'll show you one more effect that could be kind of fun if I was going to start with this cover. So I could take this layer and make a copy of it. And this is if you wanted to make an effect that's kind of like a ghost glow. It's kind of a softer, like if there's fog or if it's a little bit more mysterious. So you'd want to use it probably for a paranormal or a horror. But even for like a romance, it can be a really nice softening effect. So here's my other layer. And I can just take this top layer. I actually have a few of these. And it's a nice cover, but it's really sharp and well defined. So if I take this top layer here and I go to effects and I go to blur, then I can blur this top layer. And I wouldn't want to make it kind of like that, but if I go to transparency and make it a little bit transparent, and I can even move it a little bit so it's not right on top, it gives it kind of this warm glow. And then I could also change some of the layers and see how it looks if I play with some of these. So for example, just by adding the top layer and then using the glow and the transparency, and then I've set it to overlay, it can make the colors of this top picture a lot stronger. So it depends on what you're trying to do. I could also do something really much darker like that. But even if I just set it normal, I can put it kind of like over here, and it just makes it a little interesting, especially for like a ghost story or something. But even for, if I want to do this one down here, like if you want to add fog, for example, if you want it to be kind of a foggy night, it's a little bit more intrigue and mystery, this is how you would do it. You could also add a fog layer. I could search for a picture or a PNG of fog or a cloud, and I could drop it in and then erase the edges to add your own fog. But this can be a really nice effect. So I've just added another one of these top layers, and I'll do the same thing. I'll go to blur, maybe just like that. And I'm not even going to make it very noticeable. I'll just set the transparency so that this is also a good idea if you want to make something vintage. If I'm going for like a vintage photo effect, so I just up the transparency to make it a little bit blurry, not totally blurry, but a little bit. Oops, didn't work. I think I accidentally hit something I wasn't supposed to, and it might not let me go back now. So I could do something like this for a vintage photo. And if I did that, I'd also want to add something like a crack texture. You can actually download something that's like a vintage photo cracked layer, maybe something like this. And then I'd blend it in. And that's a little bit too strong. It looks pretty cool, but it's a little bit too strong. So I'd use the transparency and just put in a little bit. The colors are actually really nice on this layer. So I might want to put it behind everything else. And even like this is a bit too simple for book covers, so I kind of like having a little bit more. And then I might get rid of that fog layer. So just adding that one layer of texture with the different colors has improved it a lot. I'm going to save it this way to turn into a final book cover.